Well, I'm fascinated by sounds, phonetics, numbers, signs and wonders, if you like. But I have noticed that the date of this particular little group of recordings, S1515E1 to whatever, the date adds up to 17. An auspicious number in numerology understanding of things, which you may take as utterly pagan or something to do with black magic or something. But an alert mind, well, has ears to hear. When I was first married, the number 24 and 42, adding up to 6, was everywhere. Every date that was significant, every house number that, it was just astonishing. It was, my wife, who was ardent Baptist youth, 5 or 6 years older than me, but and me, who was completely new to this sort of earnest religious Christianity, were absolutely fascinated by numbers cropping up. I don't mean we studied numerology or anything like that, but we were aware that this number of 24 and 42 adding up to 6 was everywhere in what was seemingly significant to us. And we had miracles at the time, 9 to the dozen. How we came together and how we came to have the employment we had and the properties that became available to rent and provision of wedding and everything. Dear old lady of my wife's church died, and the family wanted to clear the house and said, would we like the furniture, really. Just God was doing everything to say in our language that he loved us and was encouraging us. Utterly blessed time. And I was new to believing in God, of course. I was on a high anyway. And if you think of it, I'd got a Christian girl who was willing to marry. She took to be a new convert, but you'd have to have a pretty strong faith to trust that. And she did have. Bless her. I'm come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Look at John 17, verse 17 as well. Sanctify them by thy truth. Thy word is truth. Okay, you may think, the word refers to the whole of the canon of the Bible. Well, I don't think so. I don't think it even refers to itself. John 17:17. I'm Gnostic. What's it saying to me? It's the thoughts of God into my being. the word in a spiritual sense, the revelation that's given to us in spirit, guidance of the Holy Spirit. Sanctify them by thy truth. As the John 17 story do it. Holy Spirit is given to us. As John tells us elsewhere, doesn't speak of himself, speaks only of God. That's your teacher. We were given such a series of what Eckhart Tolle would call synchronicities, that we were on a high, transcendent, as if you could feel the presence of God, His love and care of us and provision. Absolutely wonderful. We're protected from the evil. We're sanctified. And it's according to that prayer, in a sense. Isn't it? Look, I don't know how it was written, who wrote it, why it's there, how it survived in the form it is, come to be translated the way it is, and all the rest of it. I just know it's a blessing to take hold of it. We are sanctified, thy word. Your embrace, your love in our heart separates us to you. Thank God, Father. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Love you. Love you, Dad. Thank you, Dad. Did you notice 1717 adds up to 7? Only just occurs to me halfway through re-listening to this recording. Twice 17's 34, 3 and 4 is 7. I don't know why numbers are so significant. When you have eyes to see, you start to become sensitive to such. You could say, oh, it's self-fulfilling prophecy, Marshall. You know, it gives you encouragement and this lifts you, and I say, yeah, you're right. That doesn't mean to say it's to be despised. True prophecy of God, I'm very glad, is self-fulfilling, mate. What could possibly be better than that? Okay, you might wonder if the prophet's got it right, and so many ponies around, it's a bit like, fortune tellers that can't tell fortunes. Miracle healers that don't do healings. But if it's of God, if it truly brings a blessing, encouragement, helps you along the way, I'm not going to say no to it. Our God is an awesome God. He reigns from heaven above in wisdom, power and love. Our God is an awesome God. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. Of course, 1717 adds up to 34. 34 can be looked at in a different way, which is 3 and 4. Well, in the creation story, and 4 is concerned with setting up the lights in the heavens, the sun, which will be
be responsible for the life-giving, won't it? And the night, which just gives you enough light to the moon to reflect the goodness of the sun, enough to get you through the night. So the fourth day has our part of the universe in the story, prepared for life. And when it comes to the next days, we're talking about creatures in the sea and on the land and man. And, oh, well, that's a digression, that bit. 3 and 4, making this the 7 from the number 34, which can be looked at as twice, 2 prime numbers, 2 times 17, or can be looked at as 3 and in digit 4. And add them together, you get 7, which is, well, completion of everything, and the 7th day is the Sabbath, the complete week of everything is ultimately achieved. And God looks at it all and says, it's good. Okay. And his seal is the sanctification on us, keeping us from evil eternally, ever protected in abundant life, life eternal. Well, you can be alive to numbers in this way. And as I've said elsewhere, you can be alive to sounds too, what they mean in words, even in any major language, and what they mean in total across languages, and the peculiarities of the way sounds are used by individual language as well. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.